Hi guys, it's Ruthie and Clay with the Popple Backyard Farm. I want to show you some of my flowering plants. Clay has been wonderful helping me with my broken wrist, and so today he helped me with my plants, my flowering ones. So I have African violets here and some...
Also did your laundry and dishes.
Yes, he also did my laundry and dishes. He washes, I dry, he puts them in the washer, puts them in the dryer, I fold. We got a system and it's working great. So anyway, here's my flowers. My primrose, my African violets, and then I have African violets here too. This one here I got earlier and they had no flowers on it, so hoping I can get that one the flower. Now if you don't know anything about African violets, let's talk about these first, and I have more videos on them. You can get the leaves wet, because you'll hear people say don't get the leaves wet and water from beneath. But you have to pick up the leaves and water underneath. If they get wet with cold water, they're going to probably like die. But if they get wet, like they look like they're dead. And if they get warm water, they'll probably be okay. But I usually just pick them up and wash them in the sink. Or just pick up the leaves and water them with the watering pot. If you want to keep your African violets flowering, I never use fertilizer and all that stuff. I know some people do. I probably can get some rabbit poop and put them on there, but here's my success with African violets is they like sun. I put them in a sunny window. That makes them very, very, very happy. Every time I see someone that's got like a gorgeous African violet, it is in a very sunny window. Unfortunately, sometimes it burns the leaves. So if you're like a huge African violet lover, like I love plants, you're going to be like moving it around sometimes to get it out of the sun periodically. So
they're a shade plant.
Right, so the leaves don't kill them, or the sun doesn't kill them. But they like being in a sunny window, and that's what keeps them flowering for you. Now, once they flower, they'll have like a resting period sometimes. Like they might flower, then have a resting period. If you keep good care of them, they will flower again. They should flower several times for you throughout the year. So almost like a continuous flowering, except for a waiting period. I'm not as familiar with primrose. It's new to me. I'm learning what I can. But I had all of these in a sunny window, which I didn't expect them to dry out that fast. And I mean, these primrose dried up like super fast. All this probably needs to be replanted, but I didn't want to do it in the sun or in this early in the spring, especially with a broken wrist. Now, the fastest and easiest way, I'm going to check up on the primrose, to propagate African violet. It's going to sound crazy, but it's the best way, and it works like, I'd say like 99 out of 100 times for me, is to cut off a leaf. The younger the better, but sometimes you just got to get an older leaf. They will easily propagate. I usually put them in like a water bottle or soda bottle. Fill the bottle up with water, put them in a bright sunny place, and usually within a month or so or less, they will root, and then you can start new African violets. Some people put them in dirt and things like that, but I have found almost everything propagates a lot faster in water for me. So that's my African violet story. I used to have a lot of rare ones and stuff. Unfortunately, I did away with all those, and I just stopped doing African violets altogether. So hopefully I'll be able to do that again in the future. But for right now, these are the ones I have. And I'm hoping that if you love flowering plants, there are just millions of different colors of African violets. It seems like, I should say probably thousands. So there's all kinds of combinations. You can even try to self-pollinate them yourself, but they're a beautiful plant. Some people call them the poor man's orchid. I actually prefer African violets over orchids all day long, but that's because I just like the flowers. They have a lot of memories. They're like the #1 plant that people buy. Everyone usually knows their grandmother or someone that has them, and pretty much they will live forever as long as you take good care of them. Some people actually can give them to their kids and their grandkids, but it depends on, how you care for them and what you do. But they're probably about $4 at the grocery store or at a store. So that's about the going rate. So they're cheap enough so you can try your hand at them. But I love them. I think they're beautiful, and they give you flowers all year long. So another reason why I love them. But the thing I want to stress is if you love the flowers, put them in a sunny window. Okay, this is Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm and a bit of clay. Remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm.